It's going down this Saturday night in Las Vegas, Nevada, UFC Vegas 8. The main event features a light heavyweight clash between the former title challenger Anthony Lionheart Smith and the up-and-coming talent Aleksander Rakic. I'm Daniel Levy from linemovement.com, and let's take a close look at this main event. A lot to unpack here in this light heavyweight main event between Anthony Lionheart Smith and Aleksander Rakic. Firstly, both men are gigantic for the weight class, both standing at 6'4", but I'd be willing to wager that one of them's at least 6'5". You got the 76-inch reach for Anthony Lionheart Smith, the 78-inch reach for Aleksander Rakic, and both men are coming off a loss, both men trying to get back in the win column. And it's interesting because in Anthony Smith's case, his last fight against Glover Teixeira was very uncharacteristic, and here's what I mean. Anthony Smith has a reputation for being a comeback kid. You can hit this guy with everything but the kitchen sink, but you start to slow down on a guy like Anthony Lionheart Smith. You start to show any kind of weakness on a guy like Anthony Lionheart Smith, and not only will he tee off on you, but he'll go out there and finish you. And in Anthony Smith's last fight against Glover Teixeira, it was a very unlike Anthony Smith type performance. So what I mean by that is this time he came out fast. We're used to Anthony Lionheart Smith taking the first couple rounds off, easing into the fight, notice the tendencies of his opponents, but here he was going out there. It almost looked like I was watching James Krause fight. The calf kicks, the jabs, the knees, everything was on point. That first round, I was like, man, if he can maintain this output and pace for the subsequent rounds, we might be looking at a future world champion. But unfortunately, that wasn't the case, because at the end of the first round, he starts to slow down. And the old school veteran, the OG Glover Teixeira, picked up on it. He smelled blood in the water. And then he delivered one of the biggest beatdowns of 2020, to a point where people were heavily criticizing the ref. People were going at Anthony Smith's cornerman, Mark Montoya, saying he should be fired, which is interesting because now everyone's praising him again because, you know, his top prospects, Jonathan Martinez, Brandon Royval, Chris Gutierrez, they're going out here putting on great shows. So now everybody forgot about it. But at the time, people were saying someone should take this man's license away because of that kind of beating, which I personally disagree with, because I think the coach knows his fighter very, very well. But one thing I also do not agree with is I kind of feel like that was the kind of fight where Anthony Smith should probably take a good 6 months off. And look, I'm no doctor, I'm no physician, so who am I to diagnose anything? But when you watch a beatdown like that and it's so uncomfortable to watch, and the guy admits that he was spitting out his teeth, and I know they're veneers, but still, it's like, man, like, let him have some time off. It's only been a month or two, guys, so he's coming back here, and he's got no cupcake. He's got no easy out against the top prospect, Aleksander Rakic. Rakic is a guy who, you know, prior to his loss against Volkan Oezdemir, people were singing his praises as if, you know, this is the guy to dethrone the great John Jones. It turned out that wasn't the case, because he went in there against Volkan Oezdemir, gets off to a very strong start. But Volkan Oezdemir was the first man to step up to Aleksander Rakic, and he found a nice opening with the calf kicks, which is something I saw Anthony Smith do in that first round against Teixeira. He just didn't have the gas in the subsequent rounds and was taking a massive beating. So I'm curious to see if Anthony looks to exploit that. But the biggest factor and caveat in this matchup is the fact that it is 3 rounds and not 5. For most main events, it's 5 rounds. So I'm thinking to myself, hey, Aleksander Rakic gets off to a very big start, and then Anthony Smith can take over late. But with it being 3 rounds, this takes away that window of Anthony Smith's comeback opportunity. So it's going to be interesting to see. He's only got 15 minutes to do it. Aleksander Rakic is going to get off to a very, very big start here. The question is, can Anthony Smith come back? Can he turn the momentum enough to get a finish? That's what remains to be seen. Let us know down below at line_movement at linemovement.com, or in the comment box. Let us know what you think. I'm Daniel Levy from Best Fight Picks and Half the Battle. Check out linemovement.com, and we will speak very soon.